Okay, hopefully I can be heard. I don't know if I can, but hopefully. Let me know if you guys can hear me, but we're back to a piece of artwork we were working on. We're doing it again. So, hopefully people can hear me. I guess I just check my audio myself, so just a sec. Okay. I'll turn the music changes to here again. Alright, I don't think it's overpowering me. Alright. So let's work on this drawing again, right? That's what we're going to do. And we were working on some shading for it. Oof, that's not what I'm. Well, that's gonna. Yes, that's not right. All right, let me fix that. That's not the right brush. I forgot what brush it was. I think it was these. It was probably the airbrush. Let me check some of these headphones. Keep doing something weird. A new drawing, yes, so this is a little weird. Is the audio even playing? know if there's any audio going. Like, is there any music going? I don't know. I feel like there's kind of not. I don't know what's happening here yet. I can hear it, but I don't see it moving on the desktop. Just a sec. Alright, so I guess it's working. I don't hear anything though. Okay, I hear something now. Just don't want to overpower my voice either. But the stupid headphones keep like cutting it in and out. So let's do. Hopefully it's not cutting in and out for you guys. That's all I'm hoping. I see it moving now, just I hope it's not cutting in and out. Alright, so let's get back to where we were. Stupid headphone, right? So we were shading this thing, right? So we go bigger with it. Let's go in the 20s. Let's start there. Right? I might just keep one of these in. Now it's not doing it. Yeah. I'll just put the other one back in the case. Keeps giving me this weird cutout. But that's fine. So we were. Oh, I don't want to do that. Gotta go here. Here we go. Yep. Okay, I'm trying to remember this. Black shows, white hides. So, we were going to do this, right? So, we're creating a shading layer. Right. I'm going to show this edge a little bit on this tree. I don't want to, I think I'm going to not go back where his arm kind of meets it. I'm going to show a little bit up here. I'm going to show a little bit underneath here. And I think the hardness might be. Let's check this. No, the hardness is set right. So I'm going to try this. Okay, it's just the brush itself. So with the brush itself, let's see what we can do. I'm going to turn my mic up just a little bit. I think I could turn it up a little more. Because I think I may or not be a little low. We'll find out. Okay, anyhow. Back to drawing here. I'm going to turn this down. Because I do want to come inside this really, like, almost precise, right? At least what I can. So, I gotta do some white again because I feel like this can hide just a little bit here. Hide some of that a little bit, right? There we go. It's coming together on that tree a little bit. I just don't want to hit the top, right where I'm hitting, because you can see that. I just don't want to do that. I'll do that. I'll hide some of that. And I want to darken this in back again. Okay, so we got that going, right? So let us continue on here. Let's see what I want to do. I'm going to go up here. There we go. See, I don't know if I want to do that, if I like that or I don't. I kind of like that. I actually think maybe not having a little bit of a light source there would be beneficial. Let's see what happens. Let's take it off. Let's take it out. Let's see. Right? So let's take this out. I kind of like that better because I think what I do need to do is come up from the bottom a little more. So I think I need to come up with more light right here. Right? And I'm going to try to blend this just a little bit better. What I'm going to do is increase my brush size right here. I think that's too much. We'll go here. We'll try this. Right? So we're going to just come gently down this way, right? There we go. There we go. Check that out. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere with this, right? And we still got the head here. Oh, gotta be on black. Come in. We're gonna see what we can do. Now we're not gonna go all the way down, right? But we're gonna slowly increase this in. Just enough, right? Let's see. Alright, so I'm kind of liking that, right? Oh, okay. I'm really liking how I'm getting my light source going here. I might be able to try some right here. Let's see. We can do maybe. And I realize he's just got black eyes, but that's because I got to do highlights in there, and I'm not quite that far yet. we'll do this a little bit, right? We'll give a little bit of light under the eye right there. So now see, he's got a little bit of light under the eye, light on that nose. You know, there might be a little bit of light right here on the ear. You know, there might be a little bit of light right here. Let me see. Yeah, see, there we go. It might be a little bit of light up on the opposite end right here. Not a lot, but just a little bit, right? And I think what I'm going to do is come down to the chin a little bit more. Decrease the brush size. And I'm going to kind of hit right under that chin. Right here. I'm going to turn my smoothing down. Kind of looks like I'm going to turn the smoothing just basically off. And what I'm going to do is go back and hit right back here. And here. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere a little bit, right? I think also, because it's more shadowy here, I need to hit some light on the arm. So maybe I'll bring out this a little bit, right? Bring out this light a little bit, just a little bit. And maybe I keep his chin where it's at, right? Because it's creating this shadow. But then I do this light. On the arm. Alright, so we have this light source hitting the arm. And I think a little bit on this thumb. Just a little bit on that thumb, right? And then I go down. Come back to my layer here. I'll do it on this finger. And on this finger. This finger. And then we're going to do it here, right here. It's already pretty good there, but we're going to hit that. And I'm going to hit this little edge right here. I think we can hit right here. Now see, I'm just creating these light sources in there, right? So we can hit a light source here. A little bit right here. You don't need to hit too many light sources, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can. And it's looking pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? Got something cool going. New Monquest here. It'll be something, once I'm finished with these, this will definitely be something I throw in the game. And then I have, in July, I'm going to have a cool event coming up where this is going to get played a lot more of like little demo sessions, basically, right? So, it's going to be demo playlists, or play tests. Oh man. I don't want to hit that far. I'm going to hit right here. Hit a little bit right here, right? Go in that light a little bit right there. And I don't think I need to hit. Oops. That's going to be too far back in there. Okay, here we go. I think I hit right there. Come back. I think this ear gotta have just a little more light underneath, right? Really the light has to kind of hit just right on that ear. This ear too, it's gonna have a little bit of light, not a lot. Maybe in the eardrum a little bit right here, right? And then maybe the fur right here. think I'm going to increase the brush size. I'm going to go to like 28. I'm going to try that, right? I'm going to do a little bit on the belly here. Because, well, maybe it almost looks better without being on the belly, right? I think I got a little too much on the back end. I don't think it needs to be that strong. But we know his tail definitely needs it right here, right? This curvature on the tail. And then come right here. But we're going to keep that shadow there. We're going to hit this curvature on the tail pretty hard, though. That's definitely going to have that. This, I think, on the back end, his neck, and then just come in, I think, right here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Back side of the tail right here. Back side. And it goes over. Do that a little bit. And then we're going to hit this top of this tree branch right here. But we're going to make sure we leave a shadow in there, right? I think underneath just a hair. Really does it too. We're going to do a little bit right here. A little bit right here. Okay. And then we're going to come back in. I think maybe a tad bit right here. Hit this a little bit. We're going to come under. Right here, under this. We're going to create a little bit there. Just a hair bit here. Alright. What we could do is try and see how a light source looks a little bit under this. But I feel like it would honestly create more of a shadow, but I'm going to go with more of a shadow there. But I am going to hit just a little bit of a light source here. Just a teeny bit. Just so that tree just sticks out just a little bit there more. And then we're going to hit the back of this, right? I'm just going to hit up here and then let the light dissipate right there. I think you could do a little bit right here. Alright, we can do a little bit there. Let's bring this down a little bit. Come zoom back in. Getting somewhere really cool with this. I'm going to make this darker. I don't need to change the color because we're doing a shadow and highlighting here. So we'll do that. There we go. I just want to color it back in but have it a little bit dark, right? So now, I'm still not done yet. I still need to add a little more. In terms of layers, I still got to add a little more. I think, honestly, the leg here, I'm still missing some leg, right? Oops, got to be on black because black shows, white hides. When you're masking like this and you're trying to do it, you're basically erasing or showing the mask, essentially. And this is how I'm doing that shade, is I'm using a mask, right? I'm using a mask to try and do my shading here. In the style I want, right? I think actually, maybe right here on the bottom this time. Try to do something a little different with it. This time I'll, I think on this part, because The toe sits a little bit behind. I'm going to do it on top. Alright. This one I'm going to do right here. Then we're going to have a little bit of light source here. A little bit here. Here. Right here. There. I'm going to have it right there. And there. Alright. We're going to have some here. And here. And I'm not going to do it there because that's underneath. I'm going to do it on top right here. This one right here. I'm just going to brush off to the side right on. Let's do the back right here. Let's come right here. Cool. So now we're getting somewhere, alright? Go back to my highlights, or my mask. Alright. There we go. Now I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I got these leaves too, right? So I don't know if I put those in the mask layer. I don't think I did. I think they're their own separate thing. And I can still do it actually. Cool. So let's do this. Let's mask these out a little bit. Do this. Do that. Do a little bit of that. Nah. Let's do. That could work, right? So we see that leaf. Let me zoom in here. Make sure this gets right along that edge. Okay, I like that actually. Let's go down. Got this leaf, right? I think we did do this one a little bit. Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna hit here. I'm gonna go back down. Got more leaves. We got this leaf. It's too much. I just want to stay along the edge, right? If I can. I'm going to do these. I'm going to just take the tip end right here. Maybe this tip end. And maybe right here. And maybe right here on this one. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. We're going to hit here. Well, this one really kind of gives a little bit of pointage of sticking out, right? Do that, I think right here. I'm going to hit it up here. Maybe right here. I kind of don't like that. I'm going to do it right on this edge instead. Cool. So I'm starting to like this. Still got some highlights to do, and then I'm probably going to have to give... Whoops. That's not what I want. Do that. Do this one. Right here. Do right here. Come with this leaf. Do it again on this side. And that side. And there we go. We're getting somewhere cool now. Better save this though. We don't want to lose that progress we have. Yeah, this is coming out really cool. I think another thing is come up off the tail a little bit. Oh, that fell off. Got it back on. Let's try to see what that tail looks like with that. I think I have too much there. It might look cool just like that, but I feel like there has to be just a little bit of light. Just a little bit. Like, kind of. I might just work like this, man. Unless I have some light here, we could try a light source here a little bit. Yeah, it works just a little bit. I still don't know if it fits trying to what I'm trying to do. I mean, this might be it right here. This might be the go-to moment. Maybe under his... I almost feel like it looks pretty good not being under the eye, but we'll see. We'll try it again here. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe it comes out that way, right? Let's see what we got. I mean, that kind of works right there. That's actually pretty solid. So, I like the light I'm hitting and the light sources I got going. They work pretty good. I'm going to not do it on top. I'm going to this one slightly on the bottom. Just a little bit. Let's try that. And like this. Darken it in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm starting to like that. Alright, so we're getting somewhere now. Just adding our highlight layers, or highlights, our shadows and light sources. There's a little dot there. We're going to hide that because I want that to just be black, right? So I want it to be just a shadow. I'm trying to think of where else I could put something, but I don't think there's really much I need to add necessarily to. That could work. That looks really cool. Okay. Now, I'm just trying to think now what else I could add to it to really. I mean, I need highlights. I might do some highlights right now. So what I gotta do is, whoops. Well, that is what I wanted. So I'm gonna add a new layer, right? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna play with, I think, the circle first. We're gonna play with the circle. So let's get the circle layer here. Our circle tool, the elliptical tool is what I should say. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this, and I'll have these layers on a different layer. Now, I do have a reference here. I don't even remember where my reference was. It's not in this layer. So now, I'm going to have to make this up as I go along because I don't remember where my reference is. I'm trying to think of how I want to do these. It almost looks like its eyes, like they're white. And it does look kind of... That looks kind of crazy, actually. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. It has this crazy white-eyed look, right? We're going to try some. Whoops. We're going to try another one, but we're going to make it smaller. I feel like... Whoops. Let me lock that layer. I kind of like its white Those white piercing eyes. Let's make it smaller. Now I think it's getting somewhere. A little smaller. Okay, that's starting to look a little better, right? So, I like that I have that layer. I'm just trying it in different spots. Looks a little weird there. Keep messing that up. I'm almost curious of what a black... We're going to put this ellipse in there. We're going to go G and then we're going to make it black and see what happens, right? Or just hit enter. Go here. Oh, that looks terrible. Yeah, that didn't really work out. Okay, I don't like that. Like, I like the white piercing part though. It really like, you know, I wonder if maybe I do like a, let's try something. Okay, so I'm going to use the elliptical tool again. And what I'm going to do is take like this layer right here. I'm going to try cut a little half moon in there. The hell did I do there? Okay, I did that by complete accident. And it's because I put it on the wrong layer. I have to create a new layer. And what I'm going to do is we're going to get the right elliptical tool. I'm going to cut like a half moon in its eye, right? So we go here, we hit delete, control D. It almost looks really cool. I just don't know about the dot, right? Let's hide it from it. Okay, I think keeping them white piercing eyes like that looks just menacing. That dot, right, almost looks just really good, actually. It kind of looks, it looks very cool, actually. With those just white piercing eyes, they look crazy, dude. Alright, I'm going to delete this out. I want to try something else here, though. I'm going to go back to my brush tool. I'm going to go back to white, right? This layer was nothing, but it is going to be something because I'm going to try something. That's not what I'm trying to do. No, okay. No. No. Okay, maybe I'm being a little too. No, okay, I'm trying to do different highlights here to see what I get, but man, those menacing pierced dark eyes just look crazy. I think this has to go above the white layers. Not the main ink line, but the layer, white layers, right? Kind of. Let's go smaller. Let's go in the 6 range. I don't know. Oh, that kind of looks cool, actually. Kind of. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. It looks kind of cool, but man, those white menacing eyes look really cool, though. I feel like maybe just a teeny bit of a highlight doesn't look as good. Maybe down here. No. Okay, I don't like that. The one on the side doesn't look too bad, right? That doesn't look terrible. Oops. I'm just trying to see if I can get a good highlight, but I'm not sure. Just need a decent highlight where it doesn't look terrible. That looks kind of crazy. Let me try something. Nah. I don't know, man. This one's tough. Nah, because it looks like... God, that just looks really good with him having just those menacing, piercing eyes like that. I'm not sure. Let's try like green eyes. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we have this layer, this layer. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Control E, merge them into a layer. We're going to put left, Pu, we'll just put PUL for, we'll just shorten that. And then right, PUL. We'll try that, right? I'm going to put these in their own folder so I know where they're at. We're going to go I. Then we're going to put this layer back on. I'm going to try hue and saturation layer. And we're going to actually colorize it. I don't know how this will actually look, but I'm going to darken it. It kind of looks cool with the green eyes too. I don't know if I should do green or white. White looks insane. God, those green look crazy though too. Red. I really like that green too, but I like the white. Well, let's try the green. Let's see what happens. We're going to take this layer again, right? And we're going to do G, color white, do this, Control D, Control T, increase the size. Do something like that, kind of. See, now I could do it with the green eyes, but the white eyes just, oh, dude, they look so piercing. Is just what's cool about that. Oh, whoops. Oh, I got an itch on my eye. Control C, Control. Why does it keep doing that? I'll go Control T. It keeps giving me that layer. Really? Alright. Control C, Control V. There we go. Maybe down at the bottom, maybe here. Not sure. Looks pretty cool like that. I'm just trying to decide if I want this green or not, right? Alright, I'm locking this layer. Get sick of that. Lock it again. Lock it again. Go back to this layer. There. We're going to lower the size. I feel like if I have a smaller size right here, maybe this will look good. Just delete that layer. I just want to see what this looks like as a smaller size. Looks pretty good, actually. I'm not sure if I like the white or the green. Okay, so I kind of like this, but what I would have to do is I'd actually have to drag. So this layer, right, with the hue and saturation, I'd actually have to merge these. Turn this layer off. If I wanted to keep the green, drop it under here, right, and we'd have to go Control C, Control V. Oops. I have to line these up. I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to Control C this layer, right? Control C, Control V. I'm going to hide this layer. I'm going to do this layer too. Control C, Control V. I'm going to hide that layer. The reason I'm going to do this is because now I have to merge these layers to really get an idea. So I have this layer, right? But I need to merge it. Because this is my eye layer, right? 2 eye layers. So I need to take these layers, go Control E, hide this layer, and this layer, then do it again. Control E, hide this layer, hide this layer. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want this hue and saturation layer that you're seeing. I want this dark, so I can come in now to this layer and go back to my brush. Let me increase this a little bit. Okay, unlock the layer. Now with that, I can actually come in the eye. Now see that? There we go. I can actually give it a little more depth in there, right? I'm gonna tell you though, I really like those white those white piercing eyes were crazy. I'm going to do this one underneath. I still think that looks pretty solid. Right? That's still a pretty solid eyes. So we got that right. Those look pretty good. Now, like I said, I can either do that or I can just slap on these white piercing eyes that I have without the highlights, so it look like this. I'm not sure though if that looks better or if the piercing green eyes look better like that. Oh, the piercing green eyes. Sorry, they're green eyes. I wonder. I'm not sure. I think still though, this eye can still come down. I still think. Oops. I still think this can come down, right? I still think it has room to improve that. I think that the highlights are a little too highlighty. I think I gotta bring the opacity down just a smidge, right? Try around 71%, right? Hit enter. Oops. Okay, maybe a little more. Maybe 80%, 85. There we go. I think 85 is about the right point, right? I left. I will call. Right. 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 Save that. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I bring it down a little more. Yeah, I think I'll keep it right there. About 85%, right? This is already looking really cool. Come up with a name of it. Oh, I still got the hand. Didn't even look at that. Okay, we're not done yet. Come back into this hand. I still got to do the hand. This up with some. Maybe that's too much. Oh, 12. Here. I'm going to come here. Go here. Go here. Come off the hand just a little bit back there. I'm going to bring. I don't know if I want to do this part. Maybe not. I'm going to do underneath the thumb. Oops. Right here. Just a little bit. Come off the top here. There we go. I don't know how that will work. I don't like that as much. I think that looks better. Arm looks a little weird because he's got long fingers, and that's fine. What I'm going to do is keep that mechanical handler just as it is. And I really like this one. This one looks really cool. This is a really cool one. Yeah, that looks really cool. So I got this speck here. Ooh, I don't know if that's the layer that's on. That might be on the highlight layer. It's on the eye layer. Okay, so we're going to just do erase. We're going to erase that. Erase that. I thought that was on that layer. It is on that layer. Maybe it's not. It has to be. There we go. I knew it had to be on there. Save this. We don't have a name for this yet. But man, we're getting something cool right here, right? Something really cool. Something here. I really like this. Getting text messages, by the way. Okay. Nothing fun, at least. Alright, so with that, take the brush tool. God, this looks really cool right now how I have it. Now I gotta do highlights. Let's save it. I actually gotta do a highlights layer. So we'll do a highlights layer, right? So now I'm doing these highlights. I'm gonna try to highlight the things like this. I can bring this horn a little bit out, see? So the light brightens it up. Put a little bit of a highlight here, a little bit on the ear, a little bit in here. Right along this nose. Right? The eye. A little bit under here. Along the side of the face right there. Under that chin, because you can see where the light hits. So we have this highlight now. We do a little bit in that tooth. A little bit on this tree. We don't need a whole lot. We need a little bit in there. In the fur. So we're going to hit the fur with some highlights. A little bit of highlight in the fur. Right here. Right along the ridge of its shoulder there. I'm going to go a little bit here. I'm going to hit a highlight here. I'm trying not to make it too dark, but this is where blending it, or not blending it down, sorry, using opacity will help a little bit. We're going to do some here, here. Everywhere you see that light source basically hitting is where we're going to have a highlight. Here. I'm kind of going outside the edge there, so I'm going to have to erase that because I'm too far outside this edge. I don't want that. I don't want to be outside my edge there, right? And typically when I do this, I come in and I do like, I'll erase some edges, but I don't know if I need to necessarily do that on this one. I'll give it a shot and see what it looks like. I think so far this is a pretty solid like even the line art is it's pretty solid, right? I'm gonna lower this down. Go 17. I'll come in here. So I'm trying not to bleed off the edge too much. As you can see, I did just a slight smidge there, right? So we're gonna do my erase tool again, and then we're just gonna kind of erase that edge. And we'll do it here because I can see it again. Now, this looks really cool even with the highlights like this. They're really heavy, but I don't want them that heavy. It looks good still though, right? But personally for me, for what I'm trying to do, I could keep them this heavy if I felt like it, right? But I don't want them that heavy. So we got this, we're gonna highlight there. Did I even do right there? Oh, I did. I see. It's along the hand here. Right there. Highlight there. Got our highlight here. Another highlight there. And there. And along the mechanical part of our hand. Do a little bit there. And there. And there. And there. And right here, right? Now let's just help brighten that light source a little more, right? And I'm also not trying to be too realistic. I'm just trying to keep this within the art style I want for Monquest. It's what I'm trying to do, you know? So I'm just trying to keep it within that art style. And I'm not trying to be too realistic. Come in. Just give these little highlights here. And I probably went outside the edge a little bit, but I'll use the a tool to do something in a minute to get rid of the line if it is barreling outside the edge a little bit. Okay, it's got this tree right here. We're going to do a little bit there. Right. Just a little bit. Just a little bit here. And here. Right here. There. See, got some right here. Do some there. And what I'll do is I will tone that down. I'm going to take the brush and make it bigger because I think that could be a little bright. Alright, and we're going to hit underneath here, and here, and there, and right there, right there. It almost looks like it's snowing, but, you know, we're just hitting those highlights. And then what I got to do, so I don't go outside that edge, we're going to go to the main ink line, we're going to hit W, we're going to go outside all the layers like this, right? I probably don't need to do this now, but I'm going to because I feel like it will help to do that. I'll probably have to do it afterwards anyways. Go to highlight, hit delete, control D, and then look, that white edge that was there is now gone, right? So now we can go back, get a brush tool, and now we got right here for some highlights. Right here, a little bit right there. Right here, under there. Still have that little arm right there. I'll lower this brush again. I'll go like 12. Come across. Not bad. I like that. I think I went along that hand, but I didn't do these, right? So, come along here. And it's looking pretty cool, right? It looks pretty solid. I'm still not sure if I mean, the green eyes look good now, actually, now I think about it. The white eyes were just piercing, and they still looked very cool when I had them. Come along here. Come along this back edge, on its back here. Remember, we got to come up with a name for this. Abilities still got all that, right? I'm just putting my own little art style on it. We all have our little, as artists, have our own little unique styles they like to do. And mine's not too like hyper realistic or anything like that, but it's between like real, semi-real, and not too real. I still like some of the anime aesthetic things about anime, so I've implemented those in there. W again. Back to the ink layer because I can see the light outside that. Just hit delete. Oh, sorry, delete. Control D. There you go, it's gone. Come back in. Back to my brush tool. Come here. Come on this layer. That layer. Right here on the tree, right? Just a little bit there, maybe a little bit here. Definitely on this back end of the tree. Draw on these all. Get that a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take down these highlights just a little bit when I turn the opacity. So I'm going to come hit that tail again. And it might look cool just staying this way, but we'll see what we got, right? I mean, it looks pretty solid right now with what we do have. And under the tree there. So we got something cool going, right? I still have to hit that knee. So I'm going to go get that knee. I still have the leaves. And then I'm going to make this bigger because now what I'm going to do, this part I have to be more precise not to hit the inside of the tree. I can hit outside of it, but I'm trying not to hit the tree because, well, I'd probably still be alright. So I can hit that, right? I can hit outside that, because like I said, I just delete it from the outside. Here, a little highlight there, another highlight here, then a highlight here, put it there, go around that edge a little more. Come in and hit that one, this ledge, oops, this one right here. Now we're getting somewhere. I still got this tail back here. Now, see how I didn't fully go down on the bottom there because I want to keep that, maintain that shadow. Well, hi, Ball. How you doing, Ball? Just saw you in the chat there. And then I got this knee, right? So, I'm going to hit here. I can hit outside that edge, but I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to hit outside here. Stay inside the knee there, right? Cool. So now, like, you see those highlighted layers? They look cool. But now we're going to come on the leaves and do the same thing. Now, the leaves, actually, I might have to stay a little more inside the layer because I don't actually... Well, I do have a leaf layer, but... redo brush tool. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna have to lower the brush down really small because I'm gonna have to stay within the leaf layer to maintain the highlights that I do want. Okay, cool. Now we got that highlight going on the leaf, right? This highlight. I went a little outside on that one. Just barely see it. Right here. Cool, there we go. Then, I still have a few leaves. I feel like this will make those leaves pop a little more because they're going to have highlights. They have where their light source hits, but now let's see, we have where that highlight can hit off of said light source, right? So now we're going to come in here. I don't like that. That was too much. Come off this end. I don't know what we're going to name this yet, but it's really cool. this mon is. Oh, let's do this. Whoops, not what I wanted. Bring that back in. There we go. I forgot about the horn highlights right here, right? So, skin. Off the edge a little bit. That's fine. I still got the top of its head, right? And we got this leaf. Right here we got that leaf. Got the leaf here. I really like what I'm hitting here, right? This is really solid. Here, another back here. Oops. And I did go outside that edge of the leaf a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna try hitting it right here. Looks pretty good. I think I have something really solid going here. Still got the top of the head. So I don't want to get too far down there, right? Oh, add a little bit. I'm trying not to go on the outside, but it's tough because I got to maintain a smaller pen, right? I don't know why. Seriously, why the hell is this a square brush? Small brush. There we go. Okay. Back to the brush tool. There we go. See, once we had that light source going, I really knew we had something cooler going here, right? Remember, I'm not trying to be hyper realistic either. I'm just coming in, creating my own little unique art style to this card game. Cool. Now we have something going. Top of the head, I think we got a solid piece of art here, but we need a few other things. Remember, I can go outside, so I'm going to have to come back in, okay? I am going to turn down these. Okay, cool. Now, what I need to do is turn down this layer just a tad, so it's not overbearing too much, but you can still see it, right? See how it's really popped right here, right? But I'm going to bring it down. And what we could do is try stuff like soft light or overlay. We'll try overlay, right? But we're going to bring that up a bit. Now overlay, see, it helps, but it's not, even if I have it at 100%, it's not popping off too much. So like 90%, it still keeps that cool look a little bit, but I don't know. I'm going to try something else. Hard light, vivid light. I think overlay looks really good. I think overlay sets the tone here. It looks really cool. It sets the light just perfect. I don't know though if I did something wrong here. Let me make sure every part is highlighted. That'll tell me if it is. Okay. I think overlay looks really good. I think overlay is the way to do this. But now I need to go W, and we got to take all the highlights out, right? That are around the edges on the outside of the mon. We're going to go back to highlights. We're going to hit delete. Delete, not D. Delete. Keep hitting the wrong keys. Control D. Now I'm going to go back and see if I can't grab my leaf layers. So my leaf layers are part of the color layer, right? So W. Now all I got to do is go back to the highlight layer, hit delete, Control D, Control S, because I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. And then here's what we do. We take, now, we're going to add these to a folder. No, wait, not that one though. We're going to add these highlight layers to a folder, right? We're going to do folder, we're going to do highlights. So we know. And these we're going to add to their own folder. And call it eyes ORG for eyes original. Oh, PRG. Because this is the original way I started the eyes. Then we're going to do this. Add this to a folder. Add this to a folder. We're going to call this color, or no, shadow layer ORG for original. And then we're going to do color layer ORG. Save that. Then these we got to rename. We'll go color layer and shadow. So shadow layer, color, main ink. Okay, now what we got to do is I can either add like a brightness kind of adjustment, or which we're going to try. We're going to try some different adjustments here. So we're going to brightness, contrast. We're going to increase the contrast, right? Because it really makes, like here's its gray. It's kind of gray, but it's not, right? So we're going to increase the contrast. We're going to bring up the blacks. I don't want it too bright, but I don't want it too dark. So I think maybe -2 is a good spot, but bringing up the contrast really makes it pop out. But we're not done. We got to add a hue and saturation layer. And what we got to really do is increase the saturation, right? Kind of increase the saturation. Maybe not the saturation. Oh, let's see. Let's delete. I think we got to bring the contrast down a little bit. No, we got to bring it right there. Okay. I think we got to increase the contrast just a smidge. That might be too much. Try like a +2. Makes a little bit of a difference. I think it's more vibrance that I need to bring up than anything. Yeah, okay. So we're going to hide the hue and saturation layer. Delete that layer. And we're going to use the vibrance layer to increase the saturation, right? And the vibrance. I think that looks pretty good. That looks pretty solid. I don't want too gray tone, but I'm going to bring that up. Cool. There we go. See, now those colors really pop out a little bit better than they did. And I have to think of what to call this now, because I don't know what we're going to call it. This is a good question. Time to do some research on some stuff. So now we have to think of what to call this. See how those colors really pop now? They really pop out, right? The eyes are a little more piercing. Oh, I got to do an ultimate unlimited layer. So this is where I got to do a hue and saturation layer. And I got to do like an ultimate unlimited layer. So in order to do that, we just start dragging until we get something that we think looks cool, right? And I'm not sure. I mean, yellow is not too far from what it originally is. So if we go 0, right, it's already got this brown yellowish color. So I kind of like the green, and the blue is really cool. I almost like that green. I almost just want to use the green, right? Now these are what the rarest cards look like in the game. If we hit 0, watch, we go 0. We have our browns and stuff, our brown tones. I mean, yellow doesn't really change it much, but it does look pretty solid. So let's see what we got here. 0, brown layer. If we do a yellow layer, right? Like a yellow-green, right? We increase the saturation. Or maybe we don't need to because we already have the other layers. I don't know. Oh, it crashed. You kidding me? That's cool. Gotta open Photoshop back up. That's unfortunate. Luckily, I saved. Let's add that layer back in. Keep in saturation. We're going to save again, just in case it decides to crash. I kind of like this green, like almost like this yellow. So I'm going to save that. This is our ultimate unlimited. We hide that layer, right? Not too much of a change, but you can tell. So we're going to do that. There we go. I'm going to do some research here. Let's see. I'm not sure what to name this. Maybe I'll come back to naming it. So what I've been streaming for here. Trying to keep track of that too. Let's see what we got. Just go to OBS, it'll tell me. An hour and 28 minutes, not bad. I think I'm gonna keep this monkey that I have just like this. I'm not sure what to call it yet. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a grass type or what it may be. I have a list of ones that I have to like as far as other things go for it, but we'll design that when I get there because I need my iPad for it because it has all the information I saved of how I do the mons as far as stuff goes for their stats. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I think it's been cool, it's been real, and I'm gonna come back with some more playtest videos because that was really fun, and we got artwork and all kinds of cool stuff we're gonna do. So, you know, thank you guys for being here, and it's been awesome to keep building this card game. I really enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And maybe I'll go over cutting stuff, how I print it, and I'll go over that one day. But, yeah, you know, it's been awesome. We got a cool looking monkey, and we're doing cool stuff here. So, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.